Okay, let's dive right in. Look, we all know the daily news cycle is just overwhelming, right? You're constantly bombarded with these isolated facts, and it makes it incredibly tough to retain what actually matters. And that is exactly why we put together this explainer. Today, we're taking a highly curated, structured journey through the absolute most critical current affairs updates from India for August 26, 2026. We are going to take those fragmented headlines and turn them into a clear, unified picture that you'll actually remember. To make memorizing these facts effortless, we're organizing today's updates into 4 distinct pillars: defense in deep sea, excellence in publishing, environment and water security, and empowering unorganized workers. And at the end, we'll bring the whole shebang together into one big picture synthesis. So let's kick things off with Pillar 1, Defense and Deep Sea, and how we are expanding our naval capabilities. I want to start with a direct question to trigger your active recall, kind of like you'd see in a competitive exam. What exactly is the Nipun, which has been making a bunch of headlines recently? Take a second and think about it. Got your guess? All right, it is a diving support vessel, or DSV. Now, here are the specific details you really need to lock in. Nipun is the second Nestor-class vessel. But crucially, it's a huge win for self-reliance because it was indigenously designed and built by Hindustan Shipyard Limited, or HSL, right in Visakhapatnam. So what does a diving support vessel actually do? I mean, we aren't just talking about your average boat here. This is a highly specialized asset. The Nipun is equipped for intense deep-sea diving, critical underwater interventions, and even incredibly complex submarine rescue operations. It's packed with modern navigation systems and advanced medical facilities. The big takeaway? This vessel absolutely levels up the Indian Navy's ability to handle high-stakes, specialized maritime environments all on its own. All right, moving on to Pillar 2, Excellence in Publishing, where we honor literary contributions. The Federation of Indian Publishers recently handed out their 2026 awards for excellence in book production. But which organization completely swept the floor with these awards? 7. They won an impressive 7 awards. And the winner is the Publications Division of the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. Winning 7 different awards across Hindi, English, and Urdu categories is just a massive recognition of their editorial quality. Now, a great trick for remembering all these specific titles for your exams is to group them by prize tier. They took home 4 second prize awards for some really heavyweight reference and journal titles like Bharat 2026, Yojana, and Kurukshetra. Then they secured 3 third prizes for a diverse mix of works, including Darti Kisihat and the Urdu journal Ajkal. Categorizing them in your head like this makes recall so much easier. Let's shift gears to Pillar 3, Environment and Water Security, because protecting our resources is absolutely crucial right now. Let's test your knowledge on global events. Which institution is actually responsible for organizing World Water Week 2026? This is a massive global platform, and knowing the organizing body is super common in current affairs quizzes. It's the Stockholm International Water Institute, or SIWI. Now you might be wondering, why are we talking about an event in Sweden on an India update? Well, India's Ministry of Rural Development actively participated in this exact event. They went there to showcase a brilliantly effective, tech-enabled approach to water security. Specifically, they highlighted the National Initiative on Water Security, which smartly prioritizes block-level groundwater investments. And this perfectly illustrates a major strategic alignment happening at the national level. You have the grand overarching goal of Viksit Bharat at 2047, building a fully developed India. But running parallel to that is Water Vision at 2047. The core realization here is simple. You literally cannot have a fully developed nation without first securing inclusive, climate-resilient water systems. The two are completely intertwined. Sticking with the environment, let's pivot smoothly over to wildlife conservation. Quick geography check for you. In which state is the Kujadia Bird Sanctuary located? If you guessed Gujarat, you hit the nail on the head. It's located about 14 kilometers from Jamnagar. But knowing the location is only half the battle. You need to know why it's making news today. This sanctuary is a protected Ramsar wetland of international importance, and it just made headlines because it's emerged as a highly crucial breeding site for the black-necked stork. To really grasp the ecological richness of this place, just look at this number, 300 plus. Kajadia supports over 300 distinct bird species. It acts as a vital haven for migratory birds. Preserving Ramsar sites like this is a massive piece of India's overall biodiversity puzzle. All right, bringing us to Pillar 4, empowering unorganized workers and building a real social safety net. The eShram portal just hit a huge milestone, officially completing 5 years since its launch. But here's a classic trick question you might encounter. Yes, the Ministry of Labor and Employment launched it, but which institution actually developed the technology behind it?
The answer is the National Informatics Center, or the NIC. They are the technical backbone that built this platform to create the national database of unorganized workers. And the absolute game changer here is that every single registered worker gets a 12-digit universal account number, or UN. That isn't just a random string of digits, it's a verifiable identity and their direct key to Social Security.
Let's trace how this evolved, because the context really matters. It started back in August 2021 as a vital but basic database, but October 2024, that was a massive turning point. It evolved into the eShram one-stop solution, which integrated 15 different Social Security and welfare schemes into one single place. So now, in August 2026, we're celebrating a platform that has matured from a simple list into a deeply comprehensive welfare ecosystem. And to truly understand the sheer scale of this, think about this figure, 31.89 crore. To put that into perspective, that is nearly 319 million unorganized workers officially registered and documented as of August 18, 2026. That's essentially the entire population of the United States, all securely managed in one database. The technical achievement by the NIC here is honestly just staggering. And finally, Pillar 5, the big picture synthesis. You know, when you just scroll through the daily news, it is so easy to see these things as totally isolated events. But in reality, deep-sea vessels, government publications, wetland conservation, and massive worker databases are all interconnected pieces of a rapidly developing nation. Think about it. The Nipun vessel is securing our waters, the publications division is preserving our culture, Kajati is protecting our environment, and eShram is building social equity. Collectively, they paint a picture of a nation advancing simultaneously across some very complex fronts. So I want to leave you with something to chew on. As India pushes forward to that ultimate goal of Viksit Bharat 2047, which of these 4 pillars, defense, culture, environment, or social welfare, do you personally think is going to face the greatest systemic challenges in the coming decade? Balancing all of this growth at once is the ultimate puzzle. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer today. Keep learning, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next one.